Hello, fellow travelers. I am doing the base tour of my Halloween base that was on Captain Steve's planet today. And so, just so that everyone can see it as it was meant to be seen. So, I'm going to start out by going into the view for the camera, but I want to. Oops. Of course, you hit the wrong button. And excuse me, I've got a little bit of a cold. So you might hear me coughing every so often. Start here, and I want to adjust the effects. Get less of cloud cover. Hit the wrong button yet again. Okay. There we go. So, from a look from the camera view, what I did is I created a dome, and if anyone is ever interested in how to create a dome like this, I would be happy to do a guide on it. But what I did is I created, well, I should even start further back. I created a 32-sided base, which is as close to a circle as I'm willing to go. You can do 64, but that's really, really difficult, and I'm not doing 64. And then what I did is I put the dome over it, like I said. I started out with the big skull at the top, and I started with smaller skulls, and they got bigger on their way down. And I would say about a third of the way down, I got to max skull size. So I just went around and around, and there's, I would say, approximately 1,000 skulls. I didn't count, but I would say approximately 1,000 skulls on the outside. And the idea is if this were some type of tribe that really, really liked skulls, I would imagine they would create some kind of hut or main, like, home building where literally they would cover it in skulls. And so that's what I did here. And I wanted this part to be the most elaborate part of all. So just putting on the skulls, I wanted it to be just like the focal point. And then to get inside, I did the skull stairs. And so what I did here is I put a set of stairs down and put the skulls on it. You can walk up it, but it can be difficult. And then I put the side rails. Those are actually tails. I think it's the long tail. And then I have to give props to Stormageddon, who had the idea about putting the skulls at the end. That was a really nice touch. And what I wanted to do is, like, when you came in, I wanted to have this. It's the proto-parrot skull, but I always think of it as the Gek skull. So it's like this dead Gek staring at you as you're coming in, because these people, had to kill the Gek, of course. Also, if there were Viking and if there were Korvax, they'd be on here too. So then, let's go on inside. So what I did is I took the oil burner and I put a fire barrel inside to give it that look. And originally I'd put carpet on the ground here, but it didn't look right. There's not like this red carpet that makes it look like really like good going in. So I decided to take it out just to keep it looking good. And the next thing I thought of was, I was like, okay, this needs some type of guardians. And like a long time ago, when you'd have like the main hall type hut in tribes, there would also often be animals that would be protecting the main person. So I'm like, what would be better than skeletal guardian type things? So that's what these are. And so I've got those two big guys there, keeping an eye on the person who's going to be sitting in the throne. And then I created actually, I'm going to go around first. I wanted to put some type of pillars around, just to make the skull throne look, just to give it a bigger presence. So I did that. I put red lights in the inside just to give it a like a more ominous glow. What I did is I put a seat in the center, and I wanted to kind of make it look like it was mostly bone, so it's like with the kind of hide that seat, so it didn't look like a plushy, comfortable seat. So, and you can sit there. You just have to get just the right angle to get the seat to show up. See if I can get to do it here. Okay, so I am going to sit in it, but it's going to cause my camera to go a little bit odd. So bear with me, and I will turn the camera. So here we go. Oh, it actually was good for me because the camera was the right way. So then you can sit on it, and I wanted to make it look like, you know, the antlers were almost like armrests, just make it look big. So that's that part. And then I wanted to add a little bit more skulls on the side, so I added the skulls, a little pile of skulls over here. Oh, excuse me. And I added a little pile over here, but I really didn't want a lot in here. I just wanted the focal piece to be the two huge skeletal guardians. I wanted the flames on the side and just pretty much. So I know this is a really short video, and hi Storm again. Woohoo! I see you leaving me a message there. I do have to give kudos here to Storm again. He is my muse. He often gives me really great ideas that I can elaborate on and show, and he is an awesome creator. If I could show his bases, I would. I'm going to actually ask him the next time I talk to him if he's interested in doing that ever. So yeah, so this is my skeletal throne as seen on Captain Steve's planet. Again, if there's any of these concepts that you see here that you just like, how did you do that? Hit me up and I would be happy to do any type of guide, walk you through it one-on-one. I do enjoy teaching the things I've learned. And there's always new stuff to learn, new ideas that you come up with. So, again, this is, I'm going to give you one really good last view of this. I want to get to change the sun. I hate it when I do that. I want to get a good view of this so I can use it as a screenshot. And then I think I'm going to put the sun back over this way. Yeah. So here it is. This is again the skull throne in all of its glory. And for those watching, thank you again. I appreciate any support that you give as you watch, like, subscribe. And I will be, for future events, I have plans of this Friday, I will be going against Captain Steve's team with Ominous Gaunt. See who can finish it first for the weekend mission. I do want to start doing some Diablo, some Helldivers, and then I will be doing WoW eventually with their base building. I'm really interested in that. I'm a long time WoW player. I haven't played in a while, but when bases came out, or I should say their housing system came out, I was really, really interested in that. So those are things that are going to be coming up. And thank you again. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'm going to be ending off. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye-bye.